Hello everybody, Final Miner back again for another episode of our Let's Play. And you can probably tell I've changed things around up here a bit. I went down to the ground and looked up, and I didn't really like seeing all those wires running everywhere when I looked at the building. I like these cables that are behind me right now. I like seeing that. That's the original design I had in mind for the building. So yeah, I wanted to hide these wires a little bit. And so what I did is instead of having the connectors up on top, which would have been right about there, I moved them down to below the arm, and then I rewired it. And that pretty much lowers all of it by 2 blocks. So when you are outside and when you are looking up at the top of the building, like we will here in a second, then they're not as obvious, right? Like if you're here, you don't even see any wire. Back up a little bit more. You see a little bit, right? You see a little bit, but it doesn't break up the shape of the building the way that it did before. So, yay! Yay, I was happy with that. And here's a great way to start out the episode. 1, 2, 3. We got our 3rd ender lily seed from that creeper hole at the end of last episode. And so, yeah, I went ahead and made a piece of end stone for it. And we are back up to 16 ender pearls. That may be as many as we ever need. I don't know. We'll just have to see. When we get into ender IO and smelting some of the alloys, it is going to take a lot. So odds are we're going to need more, but we'll see. Okay, so did I mention this? I think I did, right? I mentioned how I chiseled out the stair. I think I did. I think I did that on camera. Anyway, one thing I would like to do next is put in an arc furnace. A immersive engineering arc furnace. And to do that, we're going to have to be able to get the blueprints. Not because we can't build the arc furnace, but just because we're not going to have the electrodes to be able to use the arc furnace. Let's see here. Tools. Wait, that's not it. Heavy machinery. Arc furnace. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to start my timer so I can keep track of how much recording we're doing in this episode. Yeah, last one was about an hour long, and I'm going to have to split that sucker up. Yeah, I'm so bad at keeping track of time. Anyway, so we'll be able to build the arc furnace, but then and we're going to have the electrodes in it to be able to actually use it. Let's see if it will mention the electrodes. Energy connectors, how to build it. The 3 slots on top are for the graphite electrodes. The 12 slots on the left are for inputs and such, and such, and such. Additives. Output slag. Okay. Well, it doesn't mention that the electrodes are absolutely necessary. Let's see. The most common use for hop graphite is in the creation of electrodes to be used in the arc furnace. These electrodes are created with an engineer's blueprint, which you can find in certain chests or trade with a villager. Certain chests, I think that includes the storage crates that you can find in immersive engineering villager buildings. Like, where is it? The one that I usually have with me. The one that I've stuck somewhere, who knows where. Is it over here? Wow. Okay. Well, it's gone somewhere. Somewhere. Anyway, we actually don't use it that much, but we probably will use it today. or it would be nice to use it. Or maybe I'll just make another one. I remember we used it when we were over next to the airship unloading area. So here we go. Oh look, here's an empty crate right here. Awesome. Okay, so anyway, we want to get the graphite electrodes. We haven't found the blueprint yet, right? We found a couple of blueprints. We haven't found that blueprint yet. Let's see. Yeah, common projectiles. So that would give us special bullets to use in the revolver. I know you can get the arc furnace blueprint, and there may be one other kind of blueprint. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, so the point is we need to be able to get that blueprint. The only way that I know of to definitely get it, and when I say definitely, I mean probably. The only way is to trade with villagers. And to trade with villagers, we're going to need lots and lots of emeralds. And currently we have like 2. Something like that. I think we have 2 because we pulverized some of the emerald ore that we found. We might have 4. I don't know. That says 1. That says 1, and we probably have some more in here. So that's not very good. That's not nearly good enough. Oh, this was the one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's where my storage crate went. But yeah, so we got 2 more emeralds there. That's not nearly enough. What we did find was villagers that were willing to trade some really basic stuff for emeralds. For example, they were wanting to trade carrots. There was one villager, I'm not sure where, that wanted to trade carrots for emeralds. Well, I'll be happy to do that. And then there was another villager that wanted to trade paper. So I will also be happy to do that. Let's see if this fellow, he's empty. Good. So here's what we'll do. Fill that up. Fill that up. Whoops. There we go. Where's that put us? 2. Okay. It's supposed to fill this backpack up with as much as possible. But I think because it's a storage crate, a storage drawer, I think it probably doesn't interface in the same way. So anyway. There we go. Like that. Mostly full. Whoops, we gotta switch modes here. There we go. Probably this is more carrots than we could possibly hope to get out of it. Out of a trade. But we'll go for it anyway. Let's see, we've got our fellow here. Actually, we can probably use this again. Yeah. Yes. That's full of carrots. Okay. And then we will fill this up with sugar cane. Oh, it took potatoes. Oh. Alright. Interesting. We're learning some interesting mod interactions here. Yeah. Don't want those. Too late. Oh well, we'll cook those up for food. Let's just take all of these. And that will allow us to carry about as much as possible. Uh-oh, I haven't locked that yet. There we go. Anyway, so that will give us quite a lot of trade goods to work with. Let's try paper. and hopefully we'll be able to get a gigantic haul of emeralds out of it. Now, from what I remember, there was also maybe it was a blacksmith villager that wanted to trade coal to be able to give emeralds. That's nice. We have some coal. We are more than willing to trade for coal. And there was also I forget which kind of villager. He wanted to trade coal coke. We don't have a lot of coal coke because we basically haven't been using it. We haven't been producing it for quite a while. So we'll just have to see. We are going to want to go back to making coal coke because we're going to want more of our we're going to want some more creosote oil. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. So anyway, we've got a whole bunch of paper. We've got a whole bunch of carrots, like tons of carrots. And that'll be enough to get us started. And I think once we've made one trip out and tried to pick up some emeralds from our trades, hopefully we'll be able to have a nice big fat stockpile of emeralds, not only to do whatever else we're going to want to do with them, but also to be able to trade and level up some of those immersive engineering villagers and unlock some of their blueprint trades. So that's what we're going to do. I think we're probably ready to go. How much coal do we have? 6 stacks. Well, that's kind of disappointing. We'll see. The fastest way to get over there is definitely going to be using our ship, and so that's what we'll do. Bad jump again. I'm the master of not nailing that jump. Alright. A little derpiness getting up and out of here. Oh, that reminds me, we've got to add 3 more smokestacks to this building. That's right. Anyway, I'm going to head over to those villages, and then I will come right back as soon as we are ready to try some trading. Okay, so we've arrived, but it's raining. Yeah. So, I guess you get to deal with rain, huh? Alright, villagers. Huh? Interesting. This is an alchemist for 3 emeralds. He'll give us a potion of healing. That's kind of useless. Now, potion of poison for an emerald, that could be useful, because we can make potions. Poison is usually pretty useless. And for a potion of regeneration, I think regeneration potions require gas tiers. Not the most easily farmable thing. Aha! Here is our first BFF. Uh-oh. Oh, is he only going to let us do 1 trade? A book and 12 emeralds. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he's happy with us. So we unlocked a new trade, 10 books for an emerald. We can do that. We have a way to get some decent supply of leather from rotten flesh. For a compass, no thank you. 4 emeralds for a bookshelf. That's a horrible deal. So how many stacks of paper are you willing to take this time? None? Oh, come on, dude. Yay, you think I'm a great guy. Good. Now we can get 2 written books for an emerald. That might be doable as well. 12 emeralds for a clock. and an emerald for 5 glass. Worst deal ever. Okay. Come on, buddy. Am I just missing something? Has trading changed since the 1710 days? Because it used to be you had to unlock trades. Okay. Well, I guess he's fine with it then. Really? Are we just going to be able to do this? Okay, so now he's gotten sick of it. He did all the swirlies, and it looks like we can go at it again. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to try to max this guy out and see how many emeralds we can get from him. Back in a second. Okay, the final number, 22 emeralds. Just trading paper. Sure, why not? Seems like a fair deal to me. Now here's the thing, if this works the way that it used to, I should be able to trade 1 emerald for 5 glass, and he'll be happy with me. Okay, and that unlocks the paper trade again. And who knows how many times we'll be able to get it this time. Alright, I'm going to take even more advantage of this, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, the grand total is 35. 35 emeralds, just trading with 1 villager for paper. So in case you didn't understand the way I just did that, I'll explain it. You can trade with a villager a certain number of times for a given trade. For example, he wants 33 paper for 1 emerald. After a certain number of times, which is a little bit random, he'll say, okay, I don't want to trade that anymore, I'm done. And it'll X out the trade like this. If you want to continue making this trade, you need to make a different deal with him. And that deal is any deal that is to the right. In other words, like a higher deal. Any of them will work. Any of them. So I could have done this deal if I wanted to spend 12 emeralds in a book. And even if I don't want this Railcraft enchantment book, it doesn't matter. I could do the deal 1 time, and it would unlock this one again. And so once that is unlocked, I can go back and do this deal several more times. And then when it locked again, I could go back up and do this deal 1 more time, and it would unlock this again. So you can go back and forth, even if this is a terrible, terrible deal, you can still gain something from it because it will unlock a really good deal. So, for example, this deal is actually not that bad. This is basically 30 paper and 10 leather, right? So 30 paper and 10 leather for an emerald, well, that's actually pretty similar to this deal. It just has leather in it also. So here's what we can do next time, knowing a little bit more. Bring a whole bunch of paper to trade. Trade for paper. When it locks up like this, we'll go and make 1 trade of books for emeralds to get even more emeralds. And it'll unlock this again, and we can come back and trade here again and get more and more and more and more emeralds. This guy is actually really good to trade with. 4 emeralds for a bookshelf, that's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad because we can spend 4 emeralds to unlock both of these deals. And not only that, if we put the bookshelf down and break it, it'll give us books. After a few tries, we can use that to get emeralds there. So, and written book, that's a little bit harder to make, but again, it's an easy way to unlock all of these previous trades. So it's actually, and of course there's this glass for 1 emerald trade. Basically we're paying 1 emerald to unlock almost all of his trades. So this fella is a really good villager to trade with. And we don't want him to die. We definitely don't want him to die. So we're going to get out of town to make sure no zombies kill him. And then we'll come back in the morning and find some other guys to trade with. Okay, the morning sun and clear skies has brought us back here to Village 1. That's what we're calling it for now. V1. Let's see who else is here that wants to make a trade. I did see a couple of engineers wandering around. And we're going to have to figure out what they want to trade for. Because it may be that we're going to have to trade them some weird stuff just to get them, you know, doing business with us. 10 treated sticks, that would be easy enough. An emerald for 9 scaffold. Now I love scaffold. I'm not sure I love it enough to pay an emerald. However, 10 sticks for an emerald. I wonder if there's a way to turn scaffold into sticks. Like a way to grind them up or something. That would be incredible. 1 emerald for 3 balloons. You know, we're probably going to take a chance on this guy later. We're going to see what everybody else has to offer first. Coal coke for emerald. No big surprise there. 6 emeralds for a hammer. That's terrible. You should be ashamed. Just ashamed. Right? Yeah, you should be ashamed. Oh, here's another one. Good. Or is... Oh, that's the same one we saw a minute ago. So this guy's the third one. 9 common shader grab bags for an emerald. Shader grab bags, you get them from various things, including trading. And they allow you to put skins on your immersive engineering equipment. And this is the only trade you're offering. Really? You are picky. Okay, so if my memory serves me, I think there's 1 more engineer around here somewhere. I see 3 here. Did I just see a 4th one a second ago? One thing I miss about the mod open blocks from 1.7.10 is the villager trading station. Is it you? No, you're that guy. The villager trading station, you could plop it down in the middle of town and it would show you all of the possible villager trades within like a pretty big radius. And so you could, instead of chasing down every villager, you could just, you know, put down the block and then you would have access to all their trades. Okay, so I think I already grabbed the stuff out of the storage crates, more or less. Everything that looked useful. Might as well take it. Might as well take them with us. Yeah. Was that lead nuggets? 16 meat or chicken. Alrighty, I'm going to poke around a bit more. Probably we're going to end up trading with probably this guy and one of the others to see if we can unlock some good trades. You look like you could use a hand here, buddy. You're welcome. So how about some free stuff? Ooh. Oh, this is a second paper for Emerald Librarian, and he actually wants less paper. Excellent. Although his second trade is much worse. 35 emeralds. I would consider doing this trade just because it would unlock more trades, and those could be good. They could be. So this guy might be a good source of emeralds in the future. Oh, I love this guy. 20 wheat for an emerald, 19 potatoes for an emerald, 18 carrots for an emerald, and then an emerald for 2 bread. This is a really good unlock trade. So we can go in here and trade, 20 wheat as many times as he'll let us. When he stops, we'll trade him potatoes once and go back and start trading wheat like crazy again. We'll keep doing that until the potato locks, and then we'll trade him carrots, And then finally, when all of them lock up, which will have us probably over 100 emeralds, then we can do one trade here, and for a piece of bread for 1 emerald, and all 3 of these will unlock again. He's going to be awesome in the future. Are you the same one I've talked to before? I don't think you are. I think you're a new one. He's pretty similar to the others. They all seem to have a coal coke trade and a hammer trade. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go find that. You know what? I'm going to help you out because I really don't want you dying. Really, really don't want you dying. Alright, buddy. Get out of there. What in the world? Lingering potion of swiftness. Splash potion of swiftness. What? 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 What's causing me damage? It's not hunger. What in the world? I think I was taking hunger damage for some reason. That's really odd. Very, very odd. Okay, guys, you got no excuse for dying now. Again, taking damage here. Is this supposed to be poison or something? Neither one of them is taking damage. Very weird. Very, very weird. Okay. Enough villager squirrels. This guy... let's take a chance on this and see if we'll unlock a decent trade. Yes, yes, yes. 5 iron rods for an emerald. 1 emerald for steel scaffolding. Aluminum scaffolding. Let's see if we can push him up even further. Okay. Okay, so 4 steel rods for an emerald. 6 slag for an emerald. Now that's going to be a nice trade. 1 emerald for 3 concrete. What do you got, buddy? Six slag for... Is that it? Is that your top trade? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 is the most trades that any of them can have. Alright, buddy. 7. What about you? 6. Is there anybody here cheaper? I like doing business with you too. Alright, I'm going to look around, try to find the guy that we want to do business with and trade with him. Okay, it's getting dark. Quickly, we've got to trade with this guy. Hope he gives us something good. What's next? 4 copper for an emerald. Aluminum for an emerald for a steel mechanical component. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Before the zombies show up. Specialized projectiles. That's not too bad. Engineer's toolbox. Okay. So this guy's not going to have it, although that's kind of an interesting thing to unlock, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Alright, you go hide in your building. I have a feeling we may have to go and grab a bunch of crops that farmer wanted. and then come back and see if we can't stock up on tons of emeralds. If we do that, then yeah, we'll have plenty of emeralds to just trade whatever those guys want to trade. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it that way. That's kind of more guaranteed. That'll let us hit all of these guys at once. Base. That'll let us trade with all of those engineers at once and level them all the way up pretty quickly. And yeah, that'll give us the better chance of getting what we want in the least possible time. Flying this airship through a snowstorm is kind of cool. Yeah. This is the ice biome, the snowy coniferous forest biome that's out to the west of our base. And I know I've said it before, I think snow in Minecraft is really pretty looking. Flying through it in an airship, even better looking. Okay, so we're going to temporarily move our redstone away, and we're going to replace it with regular seeds. Stick the dirt in there. Come on, you. Because now we need tons and tons and tons of wheat. And I think this fellow's empty. Right? It's only the seeds. Seeds? You're outputting seeds? Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me? So yeah, we'll have to watch this. But basically we're going to produce tons of wheat. That was the first trade that farmer wanted to make, was wheat. So we're going to need way more wheat than anything else. The second thing that he wanted was potatoes. So we're going to have to make tons and tons and tons of potatoes. And I think I'll probably replace this. I'll probably disable this guy and replace this with a regular storage drawer, or maybe just a crate, so he can fill that up. And then the third trade that the farmer wanted to make was carrots. So basically we're going to need like probably 3 crates worth of wheat, and then maybe 1 crate of potatoes, and then, you know, we've already got a ton of carrots. So we'll just have to see how far that gets us. And then, if you remember, we can reset all of that with like a 1 emerald trade for bread. Oh, this guy is going to make us so many emeralds. Looky here. 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's going to take a good long while for those crops to fill up to the amounts that I want to get. We're going to want lots of emeralds no matter what, just because why not, right? Why not have tons and tons of emeralds? But while we are waiting, we can go ahead and work on our arc furnace. That's what we're getting all this for anyway, right? So, arc furnace. Whoops. Heavy machinery, arc furnace. For that, we're going to need tons and tons of materials. Tons. Yeah. So, let's see, 6 steel blocks. Wow. That's what, 54 steel just by itself? Let's go check on how much steel we have. I don't think we even have the steel to start thinking about producing this yet. And if not, then we might as well get started on that too. Steel, 1 stack and 7. So we've got, what is that, 71 steel? Yeah, we're not even close to being ready. So how about this? While we are waiting for our crops to grow, we will begin producing as much of the stuff as we need. We've got a nice supply of iron grit here. That's what, 4 stacks? What else are we going to need? Let's see here if there's anything special in here. A cauldron, that's just iron. Steel, 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 steel. Redstone engineering block. We actually have one of those already. Light engineering blocks times 10. Those are going to require some copper. I know that. Heavy engineering block, we'll have to look that up. And the reinforced blast brick, that will require some steel. Of course, steel. And also I think maybe some nether brick. I think that's what is used. It might even require some blaze powder or blaze rods or something. And it requires quite a bit of it too. So let's see. The light engineering block. Oh yeah. So each one of these is going to require a copper ingot. So that'll be 2 copper ingots plus the 3. That will require 5 per 2. So 2.5 copper ingots per block. And it wants us to make 10, was it? 10? Yeah. So we're going to need 25 copper just for that. It won't hurt for us to go ahead and process some copper. Looks like I did process all of the copper. Uranium. Yeah, I don't see any more copper in here. So, who knows? We may not have a whole bunch of copper to work with. The heavy engineering blocks. A little bit of electrum. That's not too bad. But then there's a lot more steel in here. So a couple of iron, and then 4 steel. So that's kind of like saying 6 iron. And then the steel components are 4 more iron together with copper. Oh, lovely. So these are going to require 2 copper as well, each. And how many of these did we need? 5. So that's another 10 copper. So it's about 35 copper altogether. That's what it looks like, 35 copper. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, we've got that. No worries there. No worries at all. So what we are going to need is massive amounts of steel. And there's a couple of things we can do there. One, we can just throw it into this fellow and start making up some steel. There's a stack there, that's nice. We're going to need pulverized coal or what? Induction smelter. Crushed coal, pulverized charcoal, coal coke will work, that's good. Crushed coal, which is Ender IO, coal sand. How's coal sand made? In a crusher? Really? That's not the only way it's made, right? Okay, yeah. That might actually be the most efficient way to make it. But anyway. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to need lots and lots of coal. We just traded like 2 stacks of coal away. No, more like 4 stacks of coal away. And those 4 stacks of coal would have gotten us probably, I don't know, like it's either 1 or 2 stacks of steel. That wouldn't have been enough. That would not have been enough coal to get us all the steel we need. So we're going to need a really good supply of either coal or charcoal. Coal or charcoal. Let's go see how much coal is in our storage area. We have been getting a good bit of coal. Let's see. 12 stacks. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. So let's take 6 stacks. And we'll use that to start producing steel. That's good. That's actually really good. My thinking was if we don't have enough coal to do this, we're going to have to switch over to charcoal. And that means we're going to have a tree farm. But it looks like we do have enough coal. If we start running low on coal, I can always just go and, run the mining ship a little bit more. Obviously, you get a lot of coal when you're mining, any kind of mining. So now the next thing we need is this guy to be way faster. And to do that, we're going to have to upgrade it. Right now it's just a basic machine, basic tier. Let's see, upgrade kit. There we go. So what we do to upgrade it is we'll use these upgrade kits on it from thermal expansion. And the first one is going to take a bronze gear and 4 Invar ingots. I wonder how much Invar we have. Don't see any here. We probably have some in the storage building. Let's see, Invar 1. Okay, that's really not a lot. 1 Invar, huh? Okay. What about ferrous or nickel? Steel, iron, lead, silver, aluminum, nickel. 1 stack and 31. Okay. We'll go ahead and make a good bit of Invar all at once here. I think we can probably throw, let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can throw a nickel ingot in our crusher and get dust. Yeah, we can. Okay. So here's what we'll do. We've already got nickel dust. Excuse me, we've already got iron dust. If we just throw this fellow in here, this stack, it'll give us a stack of nickel dust, and then we can mix it by hand. Since we've already got our induction smelter busy, our induction smelter is busy making steel. I don't want to stop it to work on this fellow. Yeah. And we're just doing it once. It won't hurt to do it by hand. Now, something I figured out, it's not showing it here, but on the far left, the little tooltip, in the past we had it showing little bars underneath. I figured out what that is. That's different stacks of items that are waiting to be processed. So for example, if I threw, let's just throw a piece of coal in there. Now you can see there's 2 bars there. And the top one is filling up, the other one's just sitting empty, of course. And that's because it's going to crush up that first type of item, and then it'll move on to the second one. So, yeah, that little tooltip can actually show you how many stacks of items, how many different types of items are waiting to be crushed up. So I'm going to wait here, wait for this to finish processing, and get us ready to do the upgrade kit. Okay. Let's see. Nope. This one right here. Oh, wrong gear. There we go. Take that. Upgrade kit. And I think you just right click it. It might be shift right click. There we go. I don't know if that makes it faster all by itself. It looks like it's faster though. Looks like it's a little bit faster. But the main thing is we can add augments now. And one of those augments will give us faster speed. Not actually additions. That's the one that I'm thinking of right there. Auxiliary reception coil. Wonder if there's a specialization for it. Secondary output, don't care. Don't care. Nope. Flux anodizers. That's for the redstone furnace. Redstone furnace. Pulverizer. Let's see. Induction smelter. Increases yield from ores. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for, but that is interesting. Fluid pyrotheum. Igneous extruder. dynamos. Yeah. It doesn't look like there's anything else that we can really use. So this one is going to take a gold coil, and then, where is it? 4 more gold and some redstone. So it's all gold and redstone. Do we have any gold over here at all anymore? Yeah, we do. So that's 5, and then I think 3 redstone. There we go. No, 1 more. And there we go. Okay. So with this in it, it should definitely go faster. And I've been pulverizing the coal over in our crusher because it's a lot faster than this guy is. We could probably stick our ridiculous capacitor in here and make it even faster. But yeah, I don't want to switch that back and forth any more than necessary. Now the question is, where did our augment just go? We just crafted it, right? It's not in our inventory. What in the world? It didn't go into one of my backpacks, did it? There's no way. There's no way. Oh, it went into here. Because there was already one in there, I guess. Okay, plus we already had one. Oh well. It'll be faster now. Alright, I'm going to grab some more coal, pulverized coal to go in there, and hopefully that'll get our steel running again. Oh yeah, much, 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 much faster. Okay, fingers crossed. I really, really hope we have enough to finish this thing. I guess we can start with the steel blocks. Those are the easiest. How many was it? 6? 6 steel blocks. Okay, there goes 54 steel. Ugh, so much. Steel sheet metal and steel sheet metal slab. So, sheet metal. Steel sheet metal. Steel sheet metal. 4 plates. So it's basically 1 steel ingot equals 1 steel sheet metal. That's pretty good. And then the steel sheet metal slab is just like you would think. It's half of 1. So how much steel is that going to take? Steel sheet metal will be 8 ingots worth. And then the sheet metal slabs will be worth half each. So that's about another 7 ingots. That's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Except we're not going to be able to make exactly 14 steel sheet metal slabs. We have to make them in groups of 3. So, let's go like this. Wait, that's not right. We're gonna have to make plates out of it, which means the smelter. Alright, back as soon as I get those turned into plates. 7 and 8. Got our plates. Alright, so the sheet metal, we'll make 16 of those. And then we needed, I think, 14, right? Yeah, they're making groups of, I need 1 more sheet metal. Oh, let's see if we can do this. There we go. Okay. So I think we only needed 14 of these, is that right? Let's see. 14 steel sheet metal slab. So we can make these in groups of 3, but we can turn them back in groups of 2. Whoops. Oh. Alright. Okay, that's how many we need. The rest can come back. Good. Alright. Ugh. So, we have the sheet metal slabs, the sheet metal, the steel blocks. Let's go for the cauldron. I should handle that. Nice, 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 nice. Steel scaffolding. I'm 99% sure I know the recipe. It's probably going to be like the wood one. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. So how much did we need? Steel scaffolding. 5. 5 of it, huh? We may actually have some that we used in crafting before. I know we traded for that aluminum scaffolding. Steel scaffolding. Interesting. Well, let's just go ahead and make it. And those are produced in groups of 6. So we really only need one group of it. Do we have any steel? There's a steel rod. Yeah, that might help us. Because we can go like this. Oh, it gives us 4. Okay, well, whatever. If we start carrying the railgun around again, we're not going to regret having extra steel rods. Okay, so there's the 6 steel scaffolding. Redstone engineering block. Engineering block. Where did we put that? Hello? Redstone engineering block. There it is. Yep. We had the one left over from when we made the crusher. A light engineering block times 10, right? Yeah, light engineering block. That's going to take iron components, iron mechanical components. So let's go ahead and grab, oh, those are steel. I think we have some iron ones though. Maybe not. Just the steel ones. We'll need those for the heavy engineering blocks anyway. So we need 10 of these. That means we'll need 10 components. Alright. Clear that. And that should let us say... What did we run out of? Oh, of course, iron. Of course. I had a stack of iron there to help craft all that stuff. We ran out. Man. This thing is mostly steel and it's already blown through a stack of iron. Okay. And then we need the heavy engineering block. Okay. And that's similar to the other one. How many did we need? 5. And they're made in groups of 2. Okay. So we'll need 3 of these recipes. 3 of these recipes. That means we'll need 6 total steel mechanical components. Here's 4. Steel mechanical. 5, 6. We'll need pistons, and we'll need electrum. We actually have some electrum. I don't think we have 6, or wait, I don't think we have 3, but we'll see about that. Let's see, electrum 1. I'll leave that there just because that'll be our placeholder. I haven't locked any of these chests yet. Oh wait, we only need 2. Silver, 2 of those. And since our induction smelter is empty, we can just go ahead and toss this in here and get it alloyed up really quickly. Alright, and then we're also going to need 6 pistons. Let's see, 2 of these. Do we have cobblestone on us? Yeah, we're running out of room to craft stuff. Hold on. Let's make some space real quick. Oh, we need that. We need all of this. We need everything that we're carrying. Stick you in here. Yes. Hopefully that's enough space. Alright. Pistons. So we need 6 of them, 3 wood each, that's 18. That's not enough, of course. 18. Ugh. Go. Okay. And now we should be able to do one group. Oh, we didn't make the rest of our pistons, did we? We've only got 2 pistons. Redstone. Oh, I didn't get enough redstone. That's fine. Let's drop this temporarily. Alright. There we go. Okay. So now the book should be happy. Oh wait, reinforced blast brick. There's always one more thing. Yeah. So, let's see. The blast brick. Blast brick. And that's going to take nether brick. We don't have a lot of nether brick. I'm going to have to smelt that up. So I'll be right back. Got our nether bricks. So, first we will make the nether bricks. That's what we had the blaze powder for. And then we have to have steel plates. Yeah, alright. 27 steel plates coming up. And here's our plates. Okay. Blast brick, steel plates, blast brick. And that should do it. Yep, we have everything we need. So, I know the episode's gone really long. We're going to go ahead and build the arc furnace next episode. Let's go ahead and check on our vegetable garden down here. Looks like the first crate of wheat has filled up. Let's go ahead and stick another crate down, because we're going to need enormous amounts of wheat once we get to trading. There we go. So here's what we have so far. A crate of carrots, a crate of potatoes, a crate of wheat, and we're going to fill up another crate of wheat from these 2 guys here. I probably did that off camera. Yeah, I switched these to both produce wheat, because that's the main thing we're waiting on. Alright. I also filtered this like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's been long enough for one episode. Next episode, we'll put together the arc furnace. Probably these guys will be done, and we'll go and we'll make a stupid amount of emeralds off of that one villager. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.